What we're looking at is archival footage of the expeditionary force that left for the Middle East on the 20th of October. The footage has been taken around the Brighton Army Camp, or vicinity of the Brighton Army Camp as it exists. You will see obviously the road and the area leading north to Launceston is quite identifiable. The Pontville Church, St Matthew's, leading down into the gorge or the river basin of the Jordan River at Pontville. The contingent consisted of elements of light horse, artillery and infantry, the 12th Battalion, C Squadron 3rd Light Horse and 9 Battery. They were in training prior to the embarkation. They were kept at Brighton for the whole period prior to the ships leaving from Ocean Pier in Hobart. The initial part of the footage is elements of light horse. You can see the soldiers with white bands on their hats are obviously instructional staff. Some wearing forage caps. Quite a lot of instructional staff amongst this group. This is 9 Battery. They're doing dummy drill. They're not loading live cartridge here. You can see the instructional staff in the background, kneeling gun drill on 18 pounders, obviously in preparation for their embarkation. Bringing the guns out of action, hooking them onto their limbers, as we said, 18 pounders. No horse involved in this particular exercise, but obviously the limber would then be hooked up to a horse and towed away. So the instructional staff with the cane. This is obviously inoculation of the soldiers. I'm not sure what unit, possibly the infantry battalion, the 12th, and just post-inoculation before their embarkation. We believe this may be Colonel Clark, who commanded the 12th Battalion. You can see St Matthew's Church in the background there. Obviously this camera is set up to film the contingent as it marches by. I'd suggest this is part of the infantry battalion. As we know, the 12th Battalion was formed between Tasmanians and South Australians, and the South Australian contingent met up with the Tasmanian contingent in Hobart. This is elements of 3rd Light Horse C Squadron carrying their Lee Enfield rifles at the short trail, forage caps. You'll note that the road that leads down to the Jordan River there is quite noticeable. We're quite high up, closer towards the township of Brighton, because you see St Matthew's in the background there. Instructional staff, white hat bands. This is elements of 9 Battery. You'll note the horse-drawn artillery with the limber and the gun, where the soldiers are sitting on 2 separate wagons. They're ammunition wagons. Several of those wagons would have been used as part of the battery setup of 6 guns. You'll note even children sitting on the caisson and the ammunition wagons there, so it was a bit of a family event. We will use 3/4 draft horses for the artillery horse, and you can see the very hairy legs and the thick, strong bodies denote those artillery horses. This horse is a very clear part draft horse, a 3/4 draft horse that would be used by the artillery battery. These are obviously the remounts. You note that some of these people are not in uniform, suggesting that the horses were being drawn from around the countryside. Over 100 remounts for an artillery battery, which meant that there was quite a significant amount of work to be done just to keep the battery able to be used with a significant amount of horses. As I say, about 100 remounts and around 150 horses to actually draw the battery around for it to move. Obviously back in camp, can't really discern between the different units here. Lots of guys wearing slouch hats or forage caps. So we're assuming that we're still looking at the 3 separate contingents. Toilets, makeshift camp toilets set up in the background. Once again, we're looking across the Jordan to that high ridge that runs off to the west from the highway. Bit of skylarking going on with the soldiers here. Everybody obviously knows they're being filmed. Once again, instructional staff there. We see the guys in the uniforms, peak caps will be instructional staff. They've obviously found themselves a keg of beer. Obviously beer in wooden kegs in these days. We're all having a drink there. The tents have changed from the bell style tent that we would have seen in the Boer War to a more conventional shape, A-frame style tent. This gives you an indication of how rudimentary the camp would have been at this time. We suspect that these motor cars were either part of the initial motor company that was formed by the more wealthy Tasmanians, James Bogue particularly being one, or it may just be bringing VIPs to the encampment. This looks like a mess parade. Everybody's carrying Dixies and cans. Still some bell-shaped tents in the background. The guys wearing the white floppy style hat would have been newer recruits, or as a sunshade type of hat to be worn in the encampment. This is a church parade, obviously. The contingents marching without weapons, going off to a church parade. You'll see Town Hall, Hobart Town Hall in the background. Lots of people came out to see this parade. The obligatory dogs everywhere. Some motor cars are in evidence. Infantry contingent we've just seen. This looks like an artillery contingent. The bandoliers that artillery wore were 7-pouch bandoliers as opposed to the 9 of the light horse. Another contingent, as we've discussed, no weapons, marching past a church parade. Double-decker tram going past in the background. This is very interesting footage of the South Australian troops marching on what was to be the cenotaph. You can see the start of the highway in the background. The Bund walls are actually Queen's Battery, I believe, which was the fortification to protect the Derwent that was in the vicinity of the cenotaph. Gasworks in the background here. These are the South Australian troops marching around. You see very little on the cenotaph. In the background here is the vicinity of the aquatic centre, and the roads leading up towards the Domain. South Australian troops marching at drill. Yes, the bund wall very clear there of the battery. Very clearly no cenotaph in place, not even the wooden cenotaph that was that preceded our sandstone cenotaph, which clearly gives us the indication that's before the outset of World War I in Gallipoli. We believe this contingent is cadets marching off to church parade once again. You see a drummer boy there just tapping the beat so that everybody stays in step. Lots of people out once again to view these contingents marching by. We're told that the contingent was, while it was supposed to be a secret embarkation, most people in Hobart knew what was going on. The wrought iron gates you see in the background actually were moved from this location and are now at the Botanical Gardens, so they form the wrought iron gateway to the main entrance of the Botanical Gardens.